Son, that old silver head in that water.
Isn't that pretty?
There ain't a prettier sight than that right there. Look at that fish, son. Is that, look at him barely hooked.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
That's all right.
Grady White Boats' reputation for designing ruggedly elegant fishing boats is legendary. Our attention to quality, detail, and customer service is unmatched. From our Fisherman 180 and Coastal Explorers series to the unrivaled Canyon 456, you'll find no boat that rides better and offers more fishing amenities. Go ahead, experience fishing at its best. Get the Grady.
Hello and welcome to the Carolina Outdoor Journal. Well, today's program, we're going speckled trout fishing, but the first thing we got to do is get out of the wind.
That's right. You know, we work with professional guides all the time on the coast, and one thing I've noticed working with them, they always have a backup plan. And on our coast, you really need that, especially in the fall when we start having these cold fronts coming in. This particular day, we had a real blusterous wind blowing. A place that Ricky wanted to fish initially, we had to change. It was just too rough. So he had a backup plan, fishing a little creek that he knew had some fish in it. And so that's what we did. And it was literally full of speckled trout.
What about the gear that day?
Pretty simple. It goes back to a bait that he really has fished a lot, has caught a lot of speckled trout on. And he'll share it with us today, but very productive.
Now, I got to ask you this. Have you tried the crab quiche that Donna's going to make for us today?
I have, and if you like crab meat, you need to pay attention on this, grab your pencil and paper, and get ready to write it down. Real tasty crab quiche recipe from her today. We
got a lot to do. Let's get busy today on the Carolina Outdoor Journal.
Well, you know, Ricky, it's always nice when I get a phone call from you and say we really got some speckled trout going. And
oh, yeah.
Today's the first day of November, and we were further out, and we're kind of easing back here in the creek because of the wind.
The wind's actually 15 to 20 today northeast, and you look now, it feels like it's 5 to 10. And fishing's been good up this little creek here.
You think they're already back in here?
Oh, there ain't no doubt.
Well, that's
bet
good.
your life on it.
Well, that's great. I'm looking forward to giving it a go.
It's gonna be crazy, I feel like. So.
Fishing in tight quarters here, but looks fun to me.
It's gonna be fun. Let's get a line wet.
Ricky, I noticed this little storm shrimp's one of your favorites.
Yeah, it's a bait you love it or you hate it, because it's a little bit different fishing than what a lot of people fish. You know how shrimp does. He just jumps off the bottom, then falls back down, jumps.
So you kind of give it a good hard twitch sharp, and then let it fall.
And they're going to hit it on the fall every time. There's no surprises on it. Get in deep. You got you one over there, trout clamming. Let me get the net for you, all right? Talk to me now.
Oh, man. Head shaker.
What you got? Oh,
I believe I've got a largemouth bass.
Good. Yeah, bring him over here. Let's look at it. Oh,
that's a pretty trout.
Is that not quality right
Boy,
there?
he inhaled it too, you know it?
Look at that shrimp's at.
Yep.
Son.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about a little single hook lure like that.
Look at that fish.
You can just pop it right back out of them.
Is that not?
He's beautiful.
Son.
Was he what, 2.5 pounds?
3 all day. That's solid fish, buddy.
Yeah, that's pretty.
All right.
There you go.
Smack.
Let's get another one.
Dean. I don't believe you can do that again.
I know one thing. It was just sitting still. I mean, I'd never moved it.
You better not move it.
It was just, I just cast it out and it was just sinking down. He popped it.
Good looking fish too.
Oh man.
Mine ain't as good as yours, Dean.
He jumped like a largemouth.
He's mad at the world, I can tell you that.
You get the net?
I'm gonna reach right down and get him.
I think you can get him, can't you?
Maybe I can do it without getting bit. That's a beautiful sight, right?
Boy, that's
there,
pretty. That's pretty, isn't it?
Look at that. Don't have many spots. That plugs right in the roof of his head. That's what's good.
Watch your rod
pops
tip.
Right out. Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
All right, Dean. Look at that thing. Why they like that pink glowing bait?
Boom! Oh, right here, son. Missed him.
You watch this right here. That bait right there is in trouble, Dean.
Boy, they must be in this curve right here.
pop that thing and let it fall. Whew. You can count on it, buddy, when it gets to that bottom, if he sees it. Look at it, buddy.
Ricky, is 1st of November good time to be trout fishing back here? And,
Yeah,
you know,
it don't get much better, Dean. They're catching them. I was in Vandermeer last week, Bay River. Been doing real good there. New River is actually turned on last week or two. The inlets, but primarily these creeks, November on until, you know, hopefully we won't have the freeze that we had last year. You know, that cripples these creeks when it freezes over.
right.
Cold, that's fine, but you know, 37-degree water temperature. You don't want it much cooler than that. But right now it's 60 degrees. That's why these fish are coming up just head shaking like it's summertime, you know. But it's prime time.
There he is, right there.
Get in.
There he is.
Oh, hold up.
I don't think he's very.
Huh? What you mean? He's a 2.5, 3 pounder?
No, I don't think he's that big.
Guess what? I'll take him all day that size. I love to see the day I was calling that a bad fish.
All right.
That's a fine fish, Dean.
Thank you, Ricky.
Why they like that pink shrimp? I don't know. Oh, I tell you what. Yeah, we're in the bush. But look how fat he is, Dean.
Oh,
It's like a
man,
largemouth.
He's pretty. Nice.
All right.
All right, let's get another one.
All right, I'm all for that.
Thanks for calling me.
Anytime. Oh, Dean.
All right.
Look at that head shaker.
Oh, yeah, man, look at it. Oh, that's a good fish, Ricky.
Yeah, it is.
That's
I love it
good
when it
fish.
comes to the top and shake it like that.
All right. I'm ready with the net.
All right.
As usual.
I've been grabbing yours. Son, that old silver head in that water.
Isn't that pretty?
There ain't a prettier sight than that right there. Look at that fish, son. Is that, look at him barely hooked.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
That's all right. There he is. Nice fish,
What are
Ricky.
you talking about?
All
Dean,
right.
That's what,
Nice.
that might
Man,
be as good as yours.
Yeah, I believe it is. Absolutely.
grass off
I
his
believe he's
tail.
actually a little thicker. He's a little thicker than
They
my
ain't
fish.
starving, Artie. Look at that.
No.
He's been hit. Or
Yeah,
something.
absolutely.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Let's let him go. We'll do him again.
He'll be
Good
6
job,
pound
Ricky.
next year. All right. Get up here, Dean. Right down the middle.
I'm with you.
Let me get my nerves straight here.
Was it falling when he hit it?
Yes, sir.
Well, Ricky, these are nice fish, and
Yeah, they are.
how long do you think we'll have this kind of fishing back in here like this?
Well, Dean, you know, when we start getting in November, December, it's all based on the weather. You know, if the weather stays mild, that's a good thing about these mild winters, you know, to try to survive, and that many more we have next year. But we catch them anywhere from, I mean, we're catching 12-inch fish up to 22-inch fish. And it's nothing to catch, you know. There's been 8-pounders. 8-pounders come out of here.
Wow.
My biggest trouts come from up a creek just like this.
Really?
That's why I love fishing up the creeks. You know, you can catch a 12-inch one, turn right around and catch a 10-pounder. Totally different from, you know, the waterway, where if you start catching little ones, that's usually what you catch.
Mm-hmm.
You can go from 12
Well, these
inches
are-
to 12 pound
these
in a
are-
hurry.
A healthy class of fish that we're seeing in
They
here.
are nice, healthy fish too. And there's so much bait. I don't know if you've noticed the menhaden flashing, but place is just full of bait. And the bait loves these creeks. You know, there's 10, 15-foot holes in here, and that bait, look at the menhaden flipping right
Well,
there.
you know, those juvenile menhaden will spend the winter in here, and I think,
Yeah.
and mullet too, and the trout
Oh,
stay
yeah.
right with them, don't they?
You got no reason to leave. It's a decent fish.
Yep.
Cutting up, cutting up.
Oh, yeah.
You hit it 2 or 3 times.
Either he hit it 2 or 3 times, or there's 2 or 3 more out there with him.
It could be.
He's pretty.
Pound and a half one. Get you one right there.
We're gonna give him a color test right here.
Yeah, I forgot you didn't have Pinky on. You've been talking bad about her.
Oh yeah.
Set the hook. Oh yeah. Decent fish. Head
Yeah.
shaker too, man.
Yeah.
Green, he don't care.
Nope. Well, they like chartreuse too.
Yeah, they do. When you see it down there, you know you're throwing what
Yeah.
you like.
Yeah.
Good
Pretty.
fish, D.
Yeah.
Good fish.
Thank you. Ricky, if sun comes out, goes back in, clouds, sunlight, you got a preference on
I think it.
one better over the other as far as the trout bite goes?
Well, I use the same bait now, but I think it will cause them to suspend. You know, suspend in the water column or go down to the bottom. I feel like all these fish are laying right on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I'm actually watching my line until it stops sometimes, just to
Right.
know I'm on the bottom.
Right.
But I think it does play a role. That's why it plays to mix it up like that right there.
There you go.
Son,
Was that one on the bottom? Oh, that's a good fish.
that one was on the bottom.
That's a good fish. You gonna get the net?
Reach down there and grab him. He won't bite you. Son,
Oh yeah. Nice.
that is
All right.
no. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Right in the corner of the mouth.
Do you feel like he was right on the bottom
He
too?
was. Yo, I was popping it, letting it just fall.
Yeah.
That's a healthy fish right
Pretty.
there. Tell him where he'll show up next. Things have showed up from New River to Chesapeake, Virginia. That's hard to believe in.
Yep.
All right, Dean, pop him. All right. Gloves are coming off, Dean, right here. Right there.
All
Look at
right.
the top right there. I'll tell you what, he hit it like a ton, but he about a 2-pounder.
Oh yeah, that's a nice fish.
He wants to stay down there too. He does, he wants to stay down there. It's a good looking fish. Watch this, Dean. Watch him. he's going
Oh,
to
that's
the
a good
hill.
fish. That's a good fish.
Get him out of the stump. Gonna need a stump grinder over there. Good one, Dean.
Kind of over there by that point, you know it?
Mm-hmm. Right where it falls off.
Well,
Nothing wrong with that
he
fish.
fought a lot better than I thought he was.
Nothing wrong with that fish. You know it's bad
Hey,
when
look, I just lost one now.
he's trying to eat the shrimp off the side of my boat.
Oh yeah.
You know it's bad when you're calling that a small fish. Ain't you? Look how fat they are.
Oh, he's pretty.
Yeah, he
All right.
Well,
There he is.
Tell you what, he hit it like he was somebody. Be coming, stay right there. He's 1.5 pounds, but he hit it like he was 5 pounds. Good
Well,
night.
he will be a 5-pounder someday.
He will next year. He'll be a nice one.
We had the wind, but we had a lot of fish.
That's right. With the wind, really, I looked at it as really a gift because I don't know what we would have done out in the bay. It would have been tough to fish, but that creek was literally full of speckled trout, and as you can see, some really nice fish too. And that storm shrimp that Ricky likes to fish, what a productive bait. He fishes it a lot. He's refined the way to fish it. He knows how to fish it. He showed Dean what to do, and they both caught some pretty fish.
Well, talk about the fish. Let's talk about the gear. Let's go to gear time.
Well, Ricky, you were right. I swear that was one of the best days of trout fishing I've had in a long time.
It was. It wasn't as good as what I actually expected. You know how we've been fishing and catching them right off the bat, but we had to search a little bit. But
Well, I tell
whenever
you,
you can sit down on them like that and just catch 2-3 pound fish, that's quality.
well, it was fun, and you know, the weather's
Oh,
perfect
beautiful,
first of
beautiful.
November, and you know, and this little shrimp now, that was a lot of fun.
Well,
And you've been using it for a long time, haven't you?
Yeah. I don't even know, 5-10 years seems like. It's as bad as I hate to say, that little bait is my #1 bait. I mean, I wish I had a great big giant mean looking plug to tell you, but
Yeah.
that little shrimp, it just mimics the real thing, and if you fish it halfway right, that sharp jab and let it fall,
Right.
I mean, anybody can fish it. Usually you fish it too fast, but
Right.
slow retrieve and that sharp jab, and look, we've not changed baits
Right.
the entire time. They don't hurt it. Trout will not hurt it. It blues, you know, cut it off. But trout, they swallow it and they don't hurt the plug.
And you can kind of use it in different depths of water.
Yeah,
Just fish
you
it slower in
control it.
deeper water.
It's a good creek bait. You know, it struggles in the tide, in the current. It's real
Right.
hard to get it down, but in creeks, shallow water inside marinas and stuff, you can't beat it.
Right.
It's just my #1. In the colors, all of these are that natural. And we actually
Clear.
dip those, you know.
So clear like this. and then
Clear,
you dye it.
that's store-bought. Then you can buy the dye. And chartreuse, you caught them good on chartreuse. That
Right.
pink's just a favorite. This
Right.
dark water, and I mean, I don't know that it matters, but it pays sometimes to play with them. You know,
Right.
like you caught fish for fish on that chartreuse along with me, and the clear, I feel like it would have caught them too. But
Right.
it's that action, that reaction strike, and
And you need a light,
yeah, six.
fairly fast action rod that can,
Yep,
you know, to move it.
6.5 medium action. You can feel, and braid now.
Right.
I'm a believer in braid
Right.
now.
Yeah, I've got the Suffix 10-4
Yeah.
braid on it.
Yep, same as I. And yeah, that medium action, 6 foot, 6.5. That's as big as I want.
Yeah.
You can hold any trout you want on that.
Well, I tell you what, that was a ball today. I really appreciate you giving me
It
a
was.
call, and
Once
look
again, it was fun.
look forward to doing it again soon.
All right, yes sir.
Thank you.
We'll do it.
Rick, we thank you for that valuable information. And we had a lot of fish, but we had some wind. If you'd like to talk to Rick about taking you speckled trout fishing, there's his number on the screen. So give him a call, and I promise you, you'll have a good day. Now, let's catch up with Donna. She's in the kitchen with a recipe that Joe says you're really going to like. It's crab quiche.
Hi, today in the kitchen we're making a crustless crab quiche. And it is a great recipe. It's quick, it's easy, and you can use it for breakfast, a brunch, or for dinner if you like. So it's very versatile. We have our bacon. We have 3 strips of bacon that we're cooking in our pan. And then we're going to add about 1/2 cup of sliced mushrooms. And you can buy mushrooms that are already sliced in the grocery store, which is a great convenience, or you can slice your own. You can do a variety of mushrooms if you like. These are some shiitakes that we like at our house, and I had some left over, so I'm just going to use those. We're just going to saute this until your mushrooms they just begin to sweat a little bit and soften. So we're just going to leave that to the side, and we're going to let those cook for a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and start making our quiche. We're going to start off with 3 eggs that are cracked. We're going to add a cup of milk. Then we're going to add in our buttermilk biscuit mix and mix that together. We're going to mix this together until it's nice and smooth, and then we're going to add in about a cup of chopped spinach. And I like to use fresh spinach in my recipes, but if you don't have fresh spinach or it's not something you like to use, you can always use some frozen spinach. But just make sure when you defrost it that you drain it really, really well, or it holds a lot of water. So take it out of the container, let it thaw, and then squeeze it out with your hands or use a paper towel. and to get all that moisture out. Otherwise, your quiche is going to be real watery and it's not going to set up properly when it's cooked. So we're mixing that together. We're going to add in our fresh chopped spinach. This would be great too to add. You can buy your chopped spinach or your spinach, then make a spinach salad to go along with your quiche. We're going to add about a cup of chunked or lumped crab. And of course, we're going to add in some cheese. You can use whatever type of shredded cheese you have. I kind of like this Colby Jack mix at our house, so that's what we have. Then we're going to add in our mushrooms and our bacon. And we're just going to toss all this together. And the neat thing about this recipe is that you will find that the crust will form on the bottom, even though it's all mixed together, and all of your ingredients will be on the top. It's kind of a miracle in there. So we're mixing all that together. We're going to place this in a pie pan that you have sprayed with a nonstick spray, and we're going to bake it at 350 for about 35 minutes, just until it's set. And you can kind of pull your rack out, and if it's not jiggling, then it's set. And it will also continue to set just slightly as it cools, so remember that as well. So you can see what it looks like. The crust is formed on the bottom, and then all of your great yummy toppings are, you know, on the top. It's a great recipe and something you can make ahead of time as well and freeze and pull out if you need to send someone a gift or take someone a dinner or brunch. So I hope you enjoy the crustless crab quiche, and I look forward to seeing you next time here on Simple Cooking.
Another great recipe. Donna, we thank you for that. And Joe, that just reminds me, be sure and check out our cookbook with some great recipes in it.
That's right. We do a ton of recipes if you like fishing, if you fish, if you hunt. We've got recipes for all of it.
Now, let's go back and talk about fishing that day. Serious wind.
Well, we did, but as you could see, we got out of it in this creek, and we've got creeks, small rivers, well, creeks like that, streams, throughout coastal North Carolina. In the fall, in November, speckled trout move up these creeks. That's where most of them will, a lot of them will spend the winter. And fortunately, you know, here last year we didn't have a cold stun like we had several years previous. So we had a lot of fish around. And so anyway, you can try any creek you want, and generally you'll find fish. But Ricky, being a professional guide, like a lot of the other guides we work with, always have backup situations, and that day it really proved beneficial to us. We were not on that creek very long before we caught our first fish, and you could see they were all quality fish.
Like you said, the wind was a gift.
It was that day.
For Joe Albee, I'm John Moore. Thanks for joining us today on the Carolina Outdoor Journal.
Make sure to visit our website for more information.
Grady White boats are known for uncompromising quality through exceptional attention to detail. On every model, from 18 to 45 feet, we incorporate exclusive features and quality components that you won't find on any other boat brands. Our exclusive CV2 hull design is ranked highest in every third-party survey done in the marine industry. So every day on the water will be a great day, no matter the conditions. Ask any Grady White owner and they'll tell you, get the Grady.